Now, we will start the presentation with the introduction first. Malaysia's response to drug-related issue has undergone significant transformation since the inception of the Dangerous Drug Act in 1952. The establishment of the Central Narcotic Bureau in 1972 marked a commitment to be more coordinated approach, followed by the creation of the Cabinet Committee on Drugs in 1975. The severity of the issue in 1978 led to the formation of the Executive Action Unit, and in 1983, a declaration deemed drugs as the country's primary enemy. Subsequent years saw the introduction of the Anti-Drug Committee, Task Force, and legislative measures such as the Drug Dependence Act in 1983. The evolution continued in 1999 with the replacement of the Anti-Drug Committee by the National Drug Council and the establishment of the National Drug Agency. In 2004, the Cabinet Committee on Drug Regulation was formed, leading to the creation of the National Anti-Drug Agency (NADA). Finally, in 2017, the approval of the National Drug Policy emphasizing well-being, health, dignity, and national security, symbolizing Malaysia's enduring commitment to evolving strategy for a drug-free Malaysia.
Next is managing issue, which is planning. What is planning? Planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do, when and who should do it. Also, planning is simply thinking before doing something and enables us to look into the future and choose in advance how to handle the problems we will face in the future. There are 3 reasons why planning is important, and one of them is resource efficiency, which implies that both large and small businesses have a limited supplies of resources. And next is establishing organizational objectives, or pushing everyone in the company to aim for better performance. And lastly is managing uncertainty and risk, which implies that for a company to succeed. So, what is planning strategy done for managing the problem? There are 2 categories, which is short-term plan and long-term plan. We will talk about long-term plan first. First of all is preventive education, and it is aimed at strengthening societal mobilization in support of drug prevention services that are implemented by federal and state governments as part of their empowerment and mobilization programs. Second is treatment and recovery, which implies that it may strengthen treatment plans and rehabilitation in facilities for rehabilitations by offering specialized rehabilitation centers, addiction specialist center, so that they can be properly treated. Third is law enforcement, which aims to improve integrate cooperation with government, departments and agencies in enforcing laws pertaining to drug distribution and misuse. And lastly is international collaboration to increase the network of international relations and partnerships, information or experience through agencies at the international level. As an illustration, national involvement in international conference, seminars, courses, and meetings can improve our relationship. Move to the short-term plans. Firstly is strengthening organizational governance and integrities of the officers within the agencies. Second is expanding the coverage of prevention programs based on INADA's, which is IKHWAN's model. Third is establish goals for enhancing the active scanning of orang yang disyaki, which is OYDS, who use drugs and abuse them. Fourth is enhance the Aadk Pulih model based treatment and rehabilitation programs for clients in institution and the community. Lastly is the recovery capital method will be strengthened through the Kelompok Sokongan Keluarga Kepulihan model, which is KSKK.
Organizing is the way work that is arranged and located among the members of the organization so that the goals can be effectively achieved. At its core, organizing involves a systematic arrangement and coordination of diverse elements to attain specific goals. The concept manifests across various domains from personal endeavors to business operation and societal structures. There are 4 importance of organizing. The First one, efficiency. Organising streamlined processes, reducing time and effort required to complete tasks. Agensi Anti-Dadah Kebangsaan plays a crucial role in combating drug abuse. This efficiency is measured through various strategies including prevention, enforcement and rehabilitation programs. The next one is clarity. Organising provides a clear structure, reducing confusion and promoting a better understanding of rules and responsibilities. Agensi Anti-Dadah Kebangsaan in Malaysia focus on combating drug abuse with clarity in its mission and strategies. Public awareness campaigns contribute to clarity by educating communities on the dangers of drug abuse. Third, goal achievement. Organising help in setting priorities and planning, facilitating the achievement of specific objectives. Agensi Anti-Dadah Kebangsaan typically aims to reduce drug abuse through comprehensive approach involving prevention, enforcement and rehabilitation. And the last one is effective planning. It provides a foundation for effective planning, enabling individuals and entities to anticipate and address challenges. Agensi Anti-Dadah Kebangsaan in Malaysia emphasise effective planning in its effort to prevent drug abuse. The agency likely will engage in strategic planning involving detailed assessment of the drug landscape, identification of high-risk areas, and formulation of targeted intervention. There are 4 strategies that have done to manage the drug problem in Malaysia. The first one is law enforcement. Agency responsible for addressing drug-related issue is the Agensi Anti-Dadah Kebangsaan, which is Aadk. The Aadk plays a crucial role in enforcing laws related to illicit drugs. The authorities actively conduct operations to combat drug trafficking and abuse, aiming to maintain public safety and deter illicit drug activities. The second one is prevention, education and publicity. Educating the public about the dangers of drug abuse and promoting awareness. The public sector do a campaign to wake up the civilian about the dangers of drug abuse. The third one is treatment and rehabilitation. Providing support and rehabilitation program for individuals struggling with drug addiction, such as Pusat Himayat Aadk in Kelang. And the last one is international cooperation. Malaysia is a party to several international agreements and conventions related to drug control, such as the United Nations Convention Against Illicit Traffic in Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances. This agreement provides a framework for countries to work together in the fight against drug trafficking and abuse.
So next is decision making. Decision making is a crucial component in contemporary management. Essentially, the main responsibility of management is rational or sound decision making. Decision-making process is continuous and indispensable component of managing any organization or business activity. Plan, they make decisions about variety of things, including the objective their company will pursue, the resources we will employ, and the personnel who will carry out each necessary activity. Making decisions responsible for determining how the standard will be formed, how deviation from the standard will be correct, how the principle will be established, and how instruction will be delivered. Next, I will talk about the concept of decision making. The first concept of decision making is recognition of a problem or opportunity. This strategy raises the likelihood that the most fulfilling option will be selected. This step involves the understanding the need for a decision and defining the goals or objectives to be achieved. Managers also act upon their decision after reaching judgments. They use cautious, thoughtful reasoning or consideration when making decisions. Alternatives are presented to manager as well. Organizations do not hire wise managers to accomplish goals when there are no other options. Next is goal. Clearly stated, the National Anti-Drug Agency aims and objectives is to reducing drug abuse, stopping trafficking, offering treatment and rehabilitation, and raising public awareness. In addition to stable political response and budgetary restraint, sound governance and public administration demand a decision-making process that extends beyond these two equally important requirements. This goal could include everything from lowering drug usage and drug trafficking to offering efficient programs for treatment and recovery. The agency decision maker must then conduct exhaustive information gathering, working with a range of stakeholders including educators, law enforcement, healthcare providers, and community leaders to compile detailed data on the state of drug today, emerging trends, and the effect they are having on society. First concept of decision making is raising public awareness. It is crucial to promote international cooperation, realizing that drug-related problems frequently cross national boundaries and call for coordination with international organizations and surrounding nations. Decision-making process of the National Anti-Drug Agency is essentially a methodical and inclusive one that is informed by precise goals and objectives through information, feedback from stakeholders, flexibility, and continuous assessment. The National Anti-Drug Agency has done a few strategies to effectively manage the complicated issue of drug addiction and trafficking by using decision-making process. Preventive, law enforcement, treatment, international cooperation, and research are frequently included in this effort. Law enforcement is working harder to stop drug manufacture and trafficking by enforcing harsher punishment and cooperating with foreign organizations and surrounding nations. National Anti-Drug Agency has also collected data and made statistics on the number of drug abusers and addicts in 2020 to enable the researcher to be able to describe the expected explanation of what happened that year and make a further action. Than that, National Anti-Drug Agency has established a public awareness and anti-drug campaign. Its goal is to raise awareness of better prevention, the risks and consequences of drug usage among students, family, and society at large. The campaign includes a wide range of activities, including informational material distribution, exhibition to raise awareness of drug, and the distribution of information kits to inform and reach out to the community. The National Anti-Drug Agency minimizes the need for managers to exercise discretion and facilitates organizational efficiency. For instance, the National Anti-Drug Agency Act 2004 was created to serve as a standard or limit for making decisions. The organization emphasizes a holistic approach to recovery that includes counseling and support services with a focus on increasing access to drug treatment and rehabilitation programs in order to address the social and health side of the issue.
Now, I will explain about controlling. What is controlling? Controlling is a crucial aspect of management that plays a vital role in ensuring the smooth functioning of organization or government. It is essentially management system that utilize information to keep track all the strategy and plan they are laid out. The process involves monitoring the performance of the organization, identifying any deviation between the plan and actual results, and taking corrective action when necessary. In other words, controlling helps to make sure that everything happens according to the established plan and that all resources are utilized efficiently. Next, importance of controlling. First, achieve organization goals. When the management carries out control activity, we can monitor the performance of the organization, identify deviations that occur and take action when necessary. It will ensure that the organization goals are on track. Second, improve management skill. All managements are independent to make decisions. They will improve their management skill and be able to advance their organization goals by adapting to different situations and problems. Third, minimize costs. Control activities can reduce costs because controlling is done carefully, taking into account the possibilities that will happen. The organization will get high profit when the amount of loss is reduced. The first strategy then for managing the problem is establishing a special prison or special drug rehabilitation center for repeat cases. The National Anti-Drug Agency, Dadah, established 2 prisons or special drug rehabilitation centers, one in Peninsula and other in Borneo in 2017. The objective is to break the network of small-scale and large-scale traffickers and be able to implement treatment and rehabilitation programs with more focus on client needs. Second, establishment of Anti-Drug Enforcement Partner, RAP. RAP was established in 2017 and is responsible for analyzing data and profiling the report received. A total of 10,000 RAP people in 2017. The objective of RAP is to mobilize the community in enforcement program to create a safe and prosperous environment and reduce the crime rate related to drug. Lastly, strengthening the drug prevention education program in educational institutions. The National Anti-Drug Agency (Dadah) implements Super Quiz, which is interactive learning activity about the effect and dangers of drug through education, quizzes, game, and video screening. The program is implemented in 10 schools in 178 high-risk areas. As a result, knowledge and awareness about the dangers of drug increase and drug-free school environment can be produced.
The conclusion of this presentation is rising drug abuse in Malaysia poses a dual threat to societal well-being and economic growth. Policymakers recognize the need for a robust strategy, shifting focus to treatment and rehabilitation for non-violent offenders. Combating organised crime is crucial. The National Anti-Drug Agency (Dadah) plays a pivotal role in this holistic approach, emphasizing sustained effort for lasting change. That's all. Thank you.